6 months into a pandemic that has killed more than 500,000 people around the world, it seems it may be time to update what we know about COVID-19 and how it's transmitted. Do you think? WHO. A group of 239 scientists will publish an open letter this week calling on the World Health Organization, or the WHO, to take into account that airborne transmission is a significant factor on how COVID-19 spreads. The group says WHO is being too reluctant to update the official view on transmission that downplays the risk of airborne transmission. Of course they're downplaying it. They've been doing it since day one. Since day one, dude. If the organization does update its view, the implications would be huge, and a major adjustment to existing efforts to contain the virus would be required. So maybe that's why they're taking their freaking good time. They don't want to be the cause of any more lockdowns, maybe, when they freaking drug their feet to begin with, and we wouldn't be in this position if they had been open and honest to begin with. The WHO and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention continues to claim that when it comes to COVID-19, the general public has to worry about two types of transmission. One involves inhaling droplets from an infected person, and the other involves touching a surface that is contaminated with the virus and then touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. Now, this group of scientists from 32 countries, group of scientists, says the WHO needs to recognize that the virus lingers in the air in closed spaces and can also infect people that way. We've known that it's been airborne for months, dude. Months. Although the scientists acknowledge that the coronavirus isn't something like measles that can easily transmit through the air, the risk is real, particularly in poorly vented rooms and confined spaces like public transportation. Whatever, dude. I'm just saying, whatever, I'm going to keep reading. For now, WHO has said airborne transmission is really only a factor of concern after medical procedures such as intubations. Members of the organization Infection Prevention Committee have said that while this could play some role, it was not truly significant, and measures to guard against it would be unfeasible. Okay, dude. Especially in the last couple of months, we've been stating several times that we would consider airborne transmission as possible, but certainly not supported by solid or even clear evidence. WHO's technical lead on infection control tells New York Times there is a strong debate on this. Okay. One person versus 300 scientists. One person, 300 scientists. Oh, man, my arm, I got something removed off of it last week, so it looks like a cigarette burn. It really sucks. Just saying. Sometimes scientists, though, insist that the WHO is ignoring the latest research, in part due to bureaucratic issues that make it difficult for the organization to shift gears when faced with new evidence. I totally agree with that. They say there are plenty of examples, including infections in slaughterhouses and restaurants, that show airborne transmission is a real concern. One expert who signed the letter explained to the Times that part of the problem is that the WHO relies on studies from hospitals that show there is little of the virus in the air. But in other buildings, the air exchange rate is usually much lower, allowing virus to accumulate in the air. This is hardly the first time in this pandemic that the WHO has been accused of being too slow to adapt to new evidence. The most notorious example of this is how slow it was to back the suggestion that people should cover their nose and mouth while out in public and around other people. It has also been slow to recognize the importance of transmission from people who do not have symptoms. Well, super interesting, but we've known for a long time they're dragging their feet on everything, but it's really too little too late. It doesn't matter, I guess, at this point. We know what it is. There's people pro-mask. There's people anti-mask. If you are anti-mask, then don't fucking wear one. I don't care. It's on you, dude. It's on me to protect me. That's where we're at. So this I'm wearing a mask to protect you bullshit is bullshit. That's over with. I'm wearing a mask to protect me from everybody else at this point. So I know others are doing the same. You think about doing whatever you want to do, but I know what I'm doing. So there's that. Anyway, I'm going to link this at bizarrebus.com.